Supply chains management. What is supply chain management? Supply chain management is often referred to as SCM. SCM is a very important field in the business world because it is directly connected to the competitiveness of the company. In the last two decades, more and more companies are aware of the importance of SCM, so many are implementing it. SCM itself is the management and supervision of the cycle chain, starting from raw materials or goods, payments, information from suppliers to producer, while sellers checking to consumers. The supply chain is a cycle network so that all companies will play a role in supplying raw materials, producing goods, to sending them to end users or consumers. For supply chain management itself becomes a tool, method, or management. SCM goals or supply chain management goals. There are several purposes for using SCM. The most basic, which is being able to match demand with existing supply. In addition, there are several obstacles or problems that are often experienced when running a supply chain, such as procurement management, supplier management, managing customer relationships, identifying problems and then responding to these problems, risk management, and so on. In order to be a winner in the supply chain, it is important for the supply chain to be able to provide products that are not only cheap but of high quality, period, and also provide on time. Supply chain management function. There are several SCM functions that are important to note. The first function is physical SCM, where the function of this SCM is to convert raw materials into finished products that can be delivered to end consumers. Can be delivered to end consumers. The main function of supply chain management is related to various kinds of physical costs in the form of material costs, storage costs, special production costs, transportation costs, and so on. The next function is SCM as market mediation and ensuring that it has been supplied by supply chain. The last function is related to the cost of market surveys, product planning, and various costs that can arise as a result of not meeting consumer aspiration by the product provided by the supply chain. SCM strategy. There are two strategies you can do to build a good SCM. The first is to build relationship with suppliers. It's very important to build good partnership with the suppliers to realize supply chain success. A good company will limit the number of suppliers where only suppliers who have advantage can be invited to work together. The last strategy is to improve customer response to stay competitive, then focus on the supply chain to improve customer service. To be able to improve customer service, one of them is to increase the frequency of product delivery faster where customers will be satisfied with the timelines. Okay, we into the Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 is the digital transformation of manufacturing or production and related industry and value creation process. Industry 4.0 has been defined as a name for the current trend of automation and data exchange in manufacturing technologies, including cyber systems, the Internet of Things, cloud computing and cognitive computing, and creating the smart factory. Industry 4.0 is a vision that evolved from an initiative to make the German manufacturing industry more competitive to a globally adopted term. Industry 4.0 is often used interchangeably with the notion of the fourth industrial revolution. It is characterized by, among others, even more automation than in the third industrial revolution. The bridging of the cycle and digital workshop cyber physical system, enabled by industrial IoT, a shift from a central industrial control system to one where smart products define the production steps, closed-loop data models, and control system and personalization or customization of products. The goal is to enable autonomous decision-making process, monitor assets and process in real time, and enable equally real-time connect value creation network through the involvement of stakeholders and vertical and horizontal integration. Industry 4.0 is a vision, policy, and concept in motion. It references architectures, standardization, and even definition in flux. The fourth industrial revolution and the impact of the drivers and technologies behind Industry 4.0 have been looked at from the perspective of various sectors after the concept was launched. This has led to more 4.0 terms, often based on academic work. Examples include logistic 4.0 is logistic and transportation, construction 4.0 is construction industry, energy 4.0 is energy and utilities industry, and more. Mass Industry 4.0 initiative are early-stage projects with a limited scope. The majority of digitalization and efforts in reality happen in the context of third and even second industrial revolution technologies or goals. In essence, the technologies making Industry 4.0 possible leverage existing data and sample additional data sources, including data from connect assets to gain efficiency on multiple levels, transfer existing manufacturing process, create end-to-end information chain across the value chain and realize new services and business models. To understand Industry 4.0, it is essential to see the full value chains, which includes suppliers and the origins of the materials and components needed for various forms of smart manufacturing. The end-to-end digital supply chain and the final destination of all manufacturing or production, regardless of the number of intermediaries, staff, and players, the end customer. At the very core, Industry 4.0 includes the transfer of autonomy and autonomous decision to cyber physical system and machines, leveraging information system. The cyber-physical systems are the basic and enable new capabilities in areas such as product design, prototyping and development, remote control, services and diagnosis, condition manufacturing, proactive and predictive maintenance, track and trace, structural health and system health monitoring, planning, innovation capability, agility, real-time application, and more. These latter capabilities also lead to the types of use case and deployments as well as the benefits of Industry 4.0, which we cover later and include personalization capabilities, real-time alerts and intervention, innovative service models, dynamic product improvement, increase productivity, higher uptime, and ultimately new business models. The new capabilities of Industry 4.0 lead to the smart anything phenomena which often get most attention, from smart grid, smart energy, and smart logistics to smart facilities, including smart buildings, smart plants, and smart office to the mentioned smart manufacturing, smart factories, smart cities, and so on. Industry 4.0 is the evolution to cyber secure system, representing the fourth industrial revolution on the road to end-to-end value chain with industrial LOT and decentralized, decentralized intelligence in manufacturing. The cybersecurity system, its components, and its place in the evolution of manufacturing and industry is explained in depth. This guide, Industry 4.0 builds open data models and data mapping across the mentioned end-to-end product life cycle and value stream. All the technologies in Industry 4.0 need to be seen in that perspective whereby integration is key. A first integration or convergence is the information technology or IT and operational technology or OT. Without IT and OT convergence, there is no industrial transformation, let alone modern building management and several other areas where the silos between different traditional systems disappear due to, among others, LOT, LOT on one hand and where IT and OT meet on the other, which is the case in close to all industry. The essence of IT and OT convergence revolves around data and the system where they have been sitting for many years, process and people or teams. Again, LOT is carried here as also the Internet of Things starts with the capture of and subsequent analysis and leverage of data. Industry 4.0 technologies, security, people or workers, and society. Before diving into all dimension evolution, integration, cybersecurity evolution, IoT elements, big data aspects, and before looking at the origin Industry 4.0, definition, evolution, global implication, similar initiative, Industry 4.0 design principles, building blocks, and the reference architecture model Industry 4.0, a final word on the technologies and people to wrap up this quick introduction. In the end, it remains business with the innovative ways of innovation and transformation of business model and process, increase profit, decrease costs, enhance customer experience, optimize customer lifetime value, and where possible customer loyalty, sell more and innovate to grow and remain relevant. Into the digitalization supply chain management. Industry 4.0 creates a disruption and requires companies to rethink the way they design their supply chain. Several technologies have emerged that are alternating traditional ways of working. On top of this, megatrend and customer expectation change the game. Besides this, the need to adapt supply chain also have the opportunity to reach the next horizon of operational effectiveness, to leverage emerging digital supply chain business models, and to transform the company into a digital supply chain. Several megatrends have a heavy influence on supply chain management. There is a continuing growth of the rural areas worldwide, with wealth shifting into regions that have not been served before. Pressure to reduce carbon emissions as well as regulation of traffic for socioeconomic reasons and to the challenges that all logistics are facing. facing. But changing demographics also lead to reduced labor availability as well as increasing ergonomic requirements that arise as the workforce age increases. At the same time, customer expectations are growing. The online trend of the last years has led to increasing service expectation, combined with a much stronger generation of orders. There is also a very definite trend towards future individualization and customization that drive the strong growth of and constant change in the SQ portfolio. The digitization of the supply chain enables companies to address the new requirements of the customers, the challenges and the supply side, as well as the remaining expectation in efficiency improvement. Digitalization brings about a supply chain 4.0, which will be faster, more flexible, and more granular. The new transport concepts such as drone delivery allow companies to manage the last mile efficiently for single and high value distance packages. Okay, this is my video about supply chain management, Industry 4.0, and digitalization supply chain management. And thank you guys. See you on the next.